Alright guys, we have big news about a hype upcoming character in Wuthering Waves, with brand new leaks and updates on Cartifia. We now have a lot more information on what this character is all about, like her release date, kit details, her playstyle, what's her element gonna be, weapons, and a lot more. She is looking to be one of the most hyped up characters in Wuthering Waves, and she is looking very unique so far, with the possibility of having 2 forms, which sounds pretty crazy. So let's go over all the new Cartifia details in this video. And also, if you guys want to be kept updated on everything WUWA, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also put those notifications on to be updated on the channel 24/7 with all the latest news. We are even soon approaching the 1-year anniversary for Wuthering Waves with the 2.3 version update, not even 3 weeks away. So I'm sure we're going to be getting a lot of hype news, and I got you guys covered right here on the channel. But until then, let's talk about what we can expect after the 2.3 version update. So now with all the new info that came out, we have brand new details on Cartifia, which also means a update on the 2.4 banner characters. So before we go over the new kit info for Cartifia, here is a quick overview of the updated 2.4 character roadmap, showing us what the 2.4 banners will be looking like with the new characters, the new rerun banners, and new character skins. In the first phase, we have the big release of Cartifia, finally making her appearance as a playable character in Wuthering Waves. Now, she is said to be a 5-star wind sword user with the role of a main DPS, and additional info suggests that she's also going to have 2 forms, similar to Zanny, but in a very different way, because Cartifia is going to have a playable giant form instead. This is pretty much referring to the giant form that we saw in the 2.2 story boss fight. So if you guys did that and did the story, you should already have a good look at what the second form looks like, and it's pretty cool to know that this is going to be playable. And she's also getting a brand new mechanic that Psychona is bringing into the game, which is the arrow erosion mechanic. We saw in one of my latest videos that Psychona has this new mechanic called arrow erosion, and now Psychona is going to have the same thing. So Cartifia looking like a pretty hype character, with 2 forms being such a huge character in the lore and story. We can expect her to be quite strong, possibly the strongest character in the game at launch. Now to finish the 2.4 banner roadmap, so for the rerun banner that we can expect alongside Cartifia is going to be Carlota. So we're going to be getting a Carlota banner, as well as a new 5-star skin for Carlota in the first phase of the 2.4 update. Now moving on to phase 2, real quick, we can expect a brand new female unit called Lupa. We finally have brand new info on this character we've been waiting for a while, because previously Lupa didn't have much info, but now with this new roadmap we finally have a little bit more. So we know that she's a fusion element 5-star character using the Broadblade weapon, having the role of a sub DPS and a buffer, and the new info tells us that she's based on fusion, and her buffs is going to be basic attack focused, so she's going to be buffing the normal attack of other characters, and her damage is going to increase due to HP reduction, which is like a HP mechanic similar to Danjin. So with that info, we can expect Lupa to have a playstyle similar to the role of Danjin, which sounds pretty cool, and she might be pretty strong because of it. We'll see if she's able to self-sustain or not, but so far that is all we know on this character so far. And now for the rerun alongside Lupa, we're getting a rerun for Changli and a new skin for Changli in the 2.4 update. So 2 5-star skins in 2.4, which is pretty high for both Carlota and Changli. But alright, now going back to talk about Cartifia, I could talk about the other characters all day, but I did want to make a dedicated video on Cartifia with all the new info that came out about her, like her release date, and now her brand new kit details. So the new kit details that came out is pretty interesting. It pretty much confirms that she does have a transformation. So real quick, it says that she has 5 basic attacks, 2 heavy attacks, 2 different skills, and a move allowing Cartifia to transform. So we have her base form and then her giant form. We even have a look at what her giant form actually looks like, side by side to another character. So in this picture here, we have her second form, her giant model, which looks pretty big, right beside one of the latest characters that came out, which is Cantarella. And Cantarella is still considered quite a tall character, overall one of the tallest characters in the game. So for this comparison here, as we can see, she's nearly double the size, which is pretty insane. So just imagining using this in-game as a playable model sounds pretty cool. And now we also have more information on the Cartifia kit info. Here it says she's gonna have a flying ability, and she's also able to avoid back and forth in the air. So I guess during the flying ability, you will still have the option to dodge back and forth to avoid attacks, which makes me think this might be a similar playstyle to what we have with Jinsei, because Jinsei floats in the air and she's able to avoid attacks as well as parry attacks. So this might be something very similar. Would be a pretty cool mechanic to bring back. And also here we have additional information on when she transforms. So even if she transforms, she has basic attacks, 5s, and 2 skills. So pretty interesting stuff here. Cartifia, a double form character, and potentially the giant form. Basically the boss form is going to be playable, so if this is true, that'll be pretty hype. The next few banners looking really hype. 2.3 anniversary banners, we have huge releases, and then right after we have Cartifia in 2.4 update and 2.5 update. If you guys don't know, we are expecting Frolova. Frolova for the 2.5 is also an insanely hype drop. So with all these hype new characters coming in, I'm expecting at least some form of power creep, because these are all very hype characters, and I'm sure they want to make these characters as strong as possible to sell them even more. And one last thing to mention in this video is going to be the information about a new set. So she's going to have a dedicated set incoming, because here it says, this came out last week, it says Cartifia's new set is coming soon, and unfortunately we don't know the effects on this set yet, but all we know is that a new echo set just for her, tailor-made for this character, is going to be coming out. But I would say it was still expected, as we don't have any crazy set for Aero characters yet, and now with the release of Sayakona, a super strong Aero support character in the 2.3 update, she will then have her best support ready for her. So Cartifia as a main damage dealer, her best teammate is for sure going to be Sayakona. As we saw, this character gives a crazy amount of buffs, especially Aero buff. It's mostly very specific. So Sayakona seems to be like the staple of pretty much any upcoming Aero teams, and I'm sure that Cartifia and her will be a really strong duo for a while. So we'll see how good these characters end up being. But for now guys, I believe that is all the information that I have on this character. But if we get any more news, I'll have you guys updated right here on the channel. So if you guys enjoyed, as always, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and put those notifications on to be updated right away. But that is all for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.